Being superficial is almost seen like a vice, and it even has a negative connotation. When you hear someone say superficial, it's like they're cussing you out, shaming you, encouraging you to become a better person by not being superficial. Otherwise, you are just a shallow person judging people by their looks, forgetting that there are different purposes to why we human beings are superficial. I mean, come on, this is getting ridiculous. These set of eyes are there for a purpose. One of our most primary tools for judging the environment and establishing what is happening around us. But exclusively for men, for us, being superficial is the way to establish whether we would like to get with a woman or not. And for that, society marks many men for sexually objectifying women, which is natural to our biology. But let us neglect that. I will go deeper into this subject, but before, let me tell you that this video will be one of the several ones in a short series of videos about myths concerning men and women and how we view each other. I haven't made up my mind about all of the subjects, but let me see what I can cook up. Anyhow, I would like you to think about one thing. How come many men do this? How come many men sexually objectify women in a very shallow, superficial way? We're dogs wanting just sleep around, not having any responsibilities or accountability. Is it the culture? Is it the nature? Is it really our biology? Human species have been living in societies, in communal constructions for so long now, that we have forgotten that there was something before all of that. Our biology was dictating how we act and live out our lives. We neglect the fact that there has to be something within us, pre-programmed when we come to this world, and it has nothing to do with machismo culture, being a badass and stuff like that. It's our DNA that dictates how we react to the surroundings, and in this specific case, how men resolve their reproduction. Society, civilizations are synthetic constructions for us to feel more safe, to create environment where we can move along, move around freely without feeling threatened or hurt, have some higher authority that can defend us in a case of bullying, or if we look from a bigger perspective, in case of invasion. But for that kind of a construction to function, we have to make some adjustments to our own nature. And luckily we have these big brains that can help us to come to an intellectual consensus and make up some rules, what is right and wrong, which is what civilizations are about. Like, for example, violence being also a part of our nature, but that's not considered to be a socially moral thing to carry out. So we penalize that kind of a behavior. By creating bigger, more organized societies, we still cannot take away our human nature. The primary task of which is to reproduce, to have some offsprings, let your DNA to pass on to the future. And in that manner, acting civilized is vetting and filtering yourself. And now we come to the part where men are attracted to physical aspects of a woman, whereas women are attracted to the whole package, which goes beyond, far beyond the superficial ones. So to establish the suitability of a potential mate, a man has to examine the qualities that would make up for a perfect match, which regards aesthetics of a woman. This includes childbearing abilities, wide hips and big butt, big thighs, breasts obviously for feeding the offspring, the age, the health, longevity. Age is more of a number right now. Back in the day there was no way to establish her age, or even any concept of age. Just by looking at a woman you could establish whether she is young or not. Why do you think women have long hair? Why do you think women have makeup? Makeup is to accentuate sexuality, because when they are ovulating, it's supposed to indicate their readiness. The red cheeks, the swollen red lips, long hair showcases to a potential match that she's healthy enough to have long, lustrous hair, and so on and so forth. So shaming a man because of his shallow nature is like being irritated at a dog for merely barking. Preposterous. How could it be? Nature is evil. That kind of a shaming is a tactic to extract his wilderness and make him more civilized. Funny enough, is exactly what makes him attractive to women, his savagery. Now, you should know that there's a difference between attracting a man and making him to stick around. Many women, although complaining about sexism, know how to attract men, know how to leverage their beauty in order to lure the beasts. But unfortunately, as we progress and go along with this new type of development that we are experiencing right now, very few women know how to keep him around. They have no clue. All of this results in a perpetual cycle of he just wanted to sleep with me, that rat bastard dog. Although men are superficial for the best of evolution, believe it or not, we are capable to bond, to connect with others. And for that, a woman needs a totally other set of qualities. Men separate between procreation and bonding. Women don't. And if a woman wants to entrap that kind of a beast, she has to put an effort to learn some skills, to learn some tricks for him to like her to a degree that he thinks for himself, this gal seems kind of fun, kind of cool. I think I will stick around. Allure with looks, trap with skills. If you want to see more videos on gender dynamics and how women and men interact as opposed to how society and TV pictures it, you have a great playlist ahead of you. Binge it. I read all of your comments. I will get back to them as soon as possible. But for now, Hossein out.